Bobbi Althoff. Yo, Bobbi, you one goddamn fraud. I ain't even gonna hold you. Did y'all see Bobbi Althoff? She just did a podcast. Oh, it didn't even come out yet, right? Did it come out yet? It ain't come out yet. That's Maluma. That's y'all have to see. Let me go to Twitter. She did one with Bobbi Althoff with Scarlett Johansson. And the interesting part about this whole thing is that, you feel me?
You use this stuff?
Yeah, that's all I use.
That's it?
Yeah. It's in that bag over there if you want to take anything else out of it. Feel free.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
They were telling me there's like something for slicked back.
Sure. You could slick back your hair. Or you can use this.
Can I put some of that on your hair? Because there's a piece that's like...
Is there?
Yeah.
Would you?
I would love to.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you.
Why? Is it driving you crazy?
A little bit.
Your hair is very smooth.
You know, I had a hair person come and do mine.
Oh, I didn't.
But I didn't know I could just use this. And
Yeah.
I was like, oh,
how's it working?
There, look at that.
Is it better?
That's amazing.
Not bad, right?
Wait, look at that. It's like...
Smoother?
Oh, it's like perfect.
Is it?
Yeah, that was really...
Thank you.
You should do like a little before and after.
Can you see? Can you get the little hairs from there?
You had like...
A whole bunch of flyaways?
No, that's a piece that was just like huge and just not...
Looking crazy?
I could keep going. I just wanted to fix the front because that was the only part that was like...
Oh, driving you crazy?
Yeah, but it's better now.
Thank you.
Okay, there's a few more clips, I think.
Offensive side eye.
Okay, there's a few more. Is there another clip?
Yeah, that's all I use.
All right. So there was some criticisms about...
That's all I use.
There's some criticisms about how her demeanor is with Scarlett Johansson compared to other people, especially people of color. They're saying that when she's talking to people of color, Bobbi Althoff comes across as very condescending, kind of belittling, putting people down. I don't know who you are, even saying it to Drake, like, yeah, what song do you have? You know what I mean? Pretty much even trying to tell Offset, like, damn, you know, like, I'm doing you a favor. But in this clip, it kind of comes off as different. It kind of comes off as, you know, a little bit more respectful. It comes across like, you know, she's probably a fan of this person. And with the, especially hip-hop entertainers, it kind of comes off like she doesn't give two fucks about them. And that's what people are kind of pointing out. And truth be told, it's probably true a little bit. Am I going to call it racism? No, I'm not going to call it racism. I think this is what you get when you run to a white girl to do an interview. If you're Offset and you go to Bobbi Althoff to do an interview and she isn't all that familiar with you, who are you to be blamed? Like, okay, great. She wants to interview anybody hot. But she probably doesn't give a fuck about you and the Migos as much as she cares about her white fucking Puritan queen, which is goddamn Scarlett Johansson. She's going to talk to her in reverence. She's going to talk to her with much more care and respect. And if you go to a place, and I'm just like, I'm not here to defend none of these artists. If y'all feel like y'all getting talked to condescending by this little white girl and y'all continually go there, it's your fault. If you go where you're not celebrated and you expect to be getting the same type of treatment that you would get other ways, bro, we're not about to ride for y'all. So I'm not even mad at this white girl. You know what I mean? In reality, look at her. She looks like she has much more in common with Scarlett Johansson than Offset. Yes, she probably doesn't care about Offset that much. She probably is talking to Offset hey, we're going to get some clicks for this, but that's all about it. With Scarlett Johansson, she'd probably be like, hey, I probably looked up to you. Oh, yeah, you're beautiful, blah, blah, blah. I'm a white girl. You're a white girl. We kind of have the same hair. This is kind of good. She probably has a little bit more in common. Drake, you want to go lay down on the bed with Shorty and talk about a bunch of nothing? Yeah, I know you're the most poppin' rapper in the world and we love you, but in her world, she might just be a Taylor Swift fan, okay? I guarantee the way she was talking to Drake, put Taylor Swift in that motherfucking bed, she's going to be in reverence and be singing her goddamn songs. Again, these artists are going to places and going to sit with people who don't even give a fuck about him. Why? It's all in the name of clout. People who never respected the game of streaming, never liked Twitch. If they could get a couple of viewers, couple extra eyeballs, ears, attention, hopefully on their music, they're going to go run to go sit down with a streamer, okay? They're going to do things, and this is an indictment on the artists themselves. Don't try to bring us into it now to be like, oh, let's call out racism. How is she racist? She's sitting with the niggas and the white people. Because she's not into the nigga shit as much as she's into shit that you could clearly tell. Why did you think she was into nigga shit? Why did you think that she's ever bumping Amigos? Why did you think she's ever bumping Drake? It looks like she's watched all the Scarlett Johansson movies. Looks like she watches The Office all day. It looks like she has a type of particular interest that I do interviews myself. When I interview somebody who I really like, I'm pepped up and perked up, and just happy to engage with that person, as opposed to somebody who I don't know too much about, don't really care, but I know it makes some good numbers, but I'll sit there and do it because it's a chore. Yes, you niggas run into Bobbi, you're a chore. Surprise. She don't like y'all. It's not that she's racist. Y'all are not what she's into, but you need her and she needs y'all. It's a symbiotic relationship. It's the longest ongoing thing where the media and also entertainers sometimes, look, Donald Trump don't like Tucker Carlson, but Tucker Carlson got the audience. Donald Trump needs the votes and eyes and attention. Y'all gonna sit down. It is what it is. She's not motherfucking racist, okay? If y'all don't like how she talks to y'all, don't go there. She doesn't like your music. She ain't into you. She barely knows anything about you, and she's gonna be condescending the whole time. She's not racist. You're just dumb, okay? I'm gonna leave it at that.
Act. Yeah. Act. You said that they need her. So are you saying that Drake need Bobbi?
Well, he knew it would be a bigger moment sitting with Bobbi than anybody else. That or he's trying to listen.
That's not true. So you saying that Bobbi bigger than you?
No. Let me adjust what I'm saying. The look that they want, a look of, let's show a different side of my personality. Let's attract that TikTok audience. Let's be in this new awkward, everybody's this parasocial, whatever type of atmosphere. These interviews work more for that newer audience they're trying to tap into. That's why they're doing the interview. Like, they're not doing the interview just because you like her. So again, that's what they want to, that's the angle they want to attack. They're smart. Now, obviously, it's going to get a little saturated because what's her angle? Her angle is, hey, I have built a core, or now I have a core of people who enjoy this type of humor, blah, 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 da, da, da. They kind of have the same perspective, or they would love to be, it's kind of when Aiden Ross used to have the rappers, and he used to be doing the little white boy gay shit, which was like, yeah, a lot of 16 to 20-year-old white boys act fucking gay. You get what I mean? And his audience became the people who wanted to see him do it around rappers. Did the rappers want to go sit with the guy who's gay? No. But did they do it? Yeah. So again, Drake obviously could make a bigger moment or sit down with somebody for a bigger moment, but going to Bobbi is attracting that, it's feeding clip culture. You go sit with Bobbi, it's going to be like 25 clips that's super viral on TikTok. And they're going to be viral for the most awkward reasons, and it's going to be a crowd of people that's liking it. And, I'm following that type of content. That's just not your prototypical hip-hop fans. And that's what I think these guys are going after. Okay? Thank you. He says, yo, Ak, you pandering. She used black culture to get where she is, and she's condescending to black artists. To say it isn't racism is BS. Why not with Scarlett? You keep saying she used black culture. How could she use black culture when Offset is promoting the album? Offset's DMing me right now, yo, Ak, why I'm not getting more posts and support? Offset did the interviews. He ain't come sit down with me. He's sitting down with Bobbi, though. Like, come on, stop it. She's not using niggas. They're using her, too. Like, the idea that she's just using people and manipulating them. Drake doesn't grant nobody an interview. He granted her an interview. Again, you got to stop saying she's using black culture. You can't use and exploit something if they don't allow you. And then you got to ask those said individuals, why do you allow that? Right? Because there's nothing that says that she wouldn't be condescending. Nothing. It's not like she's one of your biggest fans that talks about your. When I seen motherfucking what do you call it again? Logic do an interview with, I think, Blackie Speaks. That nigga is a goddamn stan of Logic. He's sitting down with somebody who's a huge supporter of his, which obviously, if that interview goes the way of of Blackie Speaks being motherfucking condescending to Logic, that would be weird. You know he likes your music. He should like your music. He should be asking and be operating as someone who's excited for this conversation. These rappers ain't getting forced. Nobody twisting their arm. They're willingly running to this woman to try to get a look. That is it. She's not racist. She's not exploiting shit, because you can't exploit something if people don't allow you. Let's be honest what it is. Listen, if the rappers don't want to sit with her, you know her MO. You've been knew her MO since the first one. You knew her MO after she motherfucking talked about after she talked about, what are you talking about? Yachty. So every rapper who then shows up, what are you expecting? Is she exploiting you, or she's doing exactly what she's gonna do?
But Offset reversed it. He did exactly what he was supposed to do when he went up there. He made her extremely
and I think that was dope of Offset. Yeah, Offset did it right. But still,
the problem with that is though that might have helped her too. That might have helped her more than the other two.
Okay.
I mean, to be real, the rappers were using her because she got a TikTok fan base and she started doing podcasts.
Thank you. These rappers are trying to tap into, they're leaving traditional media behind. So there's 3 levels of media. Let me give you the 3 levels of media. You have old, antiquated media, right? Which is print media, right? Like going to do an interview with Rolling Stones where they write out your answer. Old media, right? Doing an interview with Hot 97. Old media. Breakfast Club. Even though they're still lit, old media. New media, right? New media now is, okay, you're gonna go do Vlad, you do Adam, you do some with me, you do some, you want to say cheese, you're on the blogs. You're keeping it on the blogs. You do it on the radar freestyle, all of that shit, new media, right? Now, that's gonna target, like, you're gonna be targeting the 18 to 34 right there. That's what I think. This is if I'm breaking down demographics, right? Maybe a little bit lower, 16 to 30. Let's go with that. Or probably really 16 to 35, really, but I don't want to make it too big. Anyway, pause. The new and the third level, which everybody's chasing, is the TikTok era. Like, there's certain influence. So TikTok and streaming, right? Like, I'm telling you, if Speed wasn't in Sri Lanka and in motherfucking India and in goddamn, like, Bali, he's all over the goddamn place, these rappers would be running to his house, lining up, trying to get with him too. He has the youngest audience in the entire streaming community. They can't get to him. They try to do the Aiden thing, but I think some of them have a bad taste in their mouth because Aiden was doing some of the gay shit too much. Now, Kai is the golden ticket. They're running to Kai left, right, and center. They're offering him wild amount of, I'm telling you, that's just what it is. So they need Kai for the street, like Kai's the key to the streaming audience, right? And then they still need TikTok. Now, all of these things kind of happen on TikTok because, of course, my clips go on TikTok, Kai's clips go on TikTok, Hot 97 clips go on TikTok. But if you want to target just TikTok, you got to target some of this weird shit. This is why you see Drake sits down with Caleb Presley. No disrespect to him. I think he's a brilliant creator. But some of those questions in this awkward style, it plays well on TikTok. It plays really well on TikTok. It's super viral. They're targeting TikTok. So, again, I'm not mad at it, but it's worth understanding why they're doing it. And I just can't, I can't just knock her because she's her. As Ray said, she's
I don't knock her. I knock the rappers.
Hey, you came out by it, man. That's high quality milk right there. High quality.
Yeah, and by the way, you're gonna continue to see, like put it like this. You're gonna and here's the funny thing about it too. Here's in the same breath of what y'all are saying, think about how if anything is racist, this is racist, right? What is not her being condescending, it's racist how black entertainers would treat her versus treating Funny Marco. You seen what just happened with Funny Marco, throwing a cup in his face, you a bitch ass nigga, you a goofy. That's how they talk to you when you do the same type of shit that Bobby's doing. But when you sitting here with the white girl, Drake is like, yo, she's saying, I don't know no songs you make. And Drake is still trying to fucking explain. He ain't condescending to her. He ain't mean to her. He ain't throwing a cup in her face. Neither is these other niggas. So again, as much as y'all want to say it's her being racist to other people, maybe we should start saying, why, if rappers treat Funny Marco one way, why don't they treat her the same way? You know why? That's that lily white girl, and you want her audience. You know what she stands for. You know what she stands for. You know what audience she's representing, and you're going to tap dance and, shuck and jive to go get that shit. But when it's Funny Marco, you will turn up a bit. So who's using who? Who's racist to who? Think about it. Yo, Jess, thank you for the thank you for the dollar. It says, okay. Jess, thank you for the 50. She says, I'm boycotting Drake until he gives you an interview. Stand on business. This is insulting.
That's a fact. Talk that shit, Jess. You know that. You know that, Jess. I'm like, yeah. Nobody fucking bigger, Jess.
Jess, I appreciate you. I keep telling you, I have low expectations from, again, everybody is on their own mission. And truthfully, I really don't get upset at when they go to other outlets or when they're trying to attract other audiences. I think most of these rappers are self-centered. It kind of takes a narcissistic personality to be like really one of the top rappers. And it's more about checking boxes, and when it comes to promotion, hey, do I have the love of these people? Do I have the love of these people? Do I have the love of these people? And I think these days I feel like there is there's a rush for everybody to try to get this TikTok audience. You know what I mean? And again, I don't think they should be isolating other people, but you know what I mean? Dog, I really just don't care, bro. I don't care, bro. Like, I feel the point.
Care,
I feel the point that I care. I feel the point that I care. I'm gonna end up in the position like how I've seen, like, say, a Hot 97 is, whereas like you're upset that people aren't stopping by you and choosing newer or other outlets, and again, you either have to adapt or die, right? It was like, hey, listen, you know why they're going to those outlets. They're going to those outlets because they want that audience. If you can't connect them to that audience, how mad could you be? How about you try to figure out how to get that audience and they'll come to you if you care that much about them coming to you, right? And for me, I'm like, I think it's an experiment happening now. I think all these people that's chasing this TikTok shit, they don't realize that that TikTok shit I've never seen it affect. Listen, with all due respect to even Offset, he has been completely lit on Kai's stream, on the Bobbi shit. He's been knocking it out of the park. That is not going to sell the music. It's only the music's going to sell the music. So again, I think we're in an experimentative phase where everybody's trying this new way. Like, hey, let me pander to TikTok. Let me use new flows. Let me do this to attract to the youngest of kids, and let's see if it's going to result in streams. I have yet to see it work. You could tell me if you think it works. Now, it does work when it's organic and natural, and it just happened to happen, but not when people target it to do it. Fuck you mean? That blows up on TikTok. That's one of the reasons it's really successful. Did he come out and be like, oh, no, let me just do a Bobbi Althoff interview. Let me check the boxes of how I could appeal to TikTok for the record to work? No, it either worked or not. So again, I don't think most of this shit works, if you ask me.
So it sounds like you saying, and I just want to be clear, but it sounds like you saying like artists will go places where they aren't really supported other than places where they are supported.
Well, no. Well, in plain terms, I'm saying artists aren't loyal to the platforms who have ever supported them or who still support them. Artists are always trying to connect with new audiences. You get what I mean? That's the point. Like, for example, if they're now at the point to say, we need Kai's audience. Now, I'm telling you this, and this is respectfully. Kai's audience is not a music audience, right? They're not there saying, hey, we're just here to find new music. Think about this. We have a stream where primarily we've been on for 6 hours. We're talking music the entire time, or we're talking about musicians. That's not what Kai's audience is. So now here's the thing. You go do a collab with Kai, yes, you got a lot of attention, but how many of those people then get converted to listening consumers of your art that you're really trying to sell? If these guys are trying to be like social media personalities, yes, it's amazing. I think they're slowly realizing that, hey, listen, it don't matter if Kai has 1 million people watching you and him on stream. They're just fans of the content that y'all made on stream. They're not going to go love your music. It just doesn't work like that. Like, we're in that phase of people realizing it. If it did work like that when Blueface went on Aiden's stream and they had 300,000 people watching live, Blueface's music would have been all over the charts. This ain't like the Super Bowl. You know when it says like Mary J. Blige shows up on the Super Bowl, performs like 2 songs, and Super Bowl halftime show, her music spikes, you know what I mean? Like on iTunes and stuff like that. It doesn't work like that when it comes to, some of this TikTok streaming content. It just doesn't work like that from what I've seen. I wish I could be, if I'm wrong and I see an example I'm wrong, I'll definitely call it out. But you can't tell me that anybody, and I don't care who it is, by being on any of these streams made a sizable or even noticeable difference. And the reason is that most of these people, I keep saying, most of Kai's audience are fans of Kai, and they're not necessarily music fans. It's like if you try to, I don't care if you, it's like how marketing is done. The way how marketing is done is like this, right? If I'm selling winter jackets, right? And I go through an outlet that the majority of the people that watch it are in sub-Saharan Africa, and they never need a winter jacket. Yes, my voice is being amplified to them, right? And maybe all of them see it, but how many of them are going to actually cop it? Do you get what I'm saying? And that's the only point about like streaming and stuff like that, right? Again, I think it's a great way to show people's personality, but I think sometimes these artists are using it as the only promotion tool for their music, which I think is blatantly incorrect. I think if y'all doing a Bobbi Althoff interview, you should want to do something like what Offset did, but you're showcasing your personality. That's nothing about music. You're showcasing your personality. Cool. Bet. You doing Kai's stream, you're showcasing that, like, that was so dope that Offset showcased that, like, bro, I could hang. Fire. Love it. Now, you have to still present and sell your music. Like, it doesn't mean because you check those 2 boxes means that, and again, maybe I'm wrong, but I haven't seen it yet. So, we're going to go through this phase and then we're going to see what happens next. And by the way, Offset, he's expected to sell 85K. From what I'm hearing, and I even spoke to his label, his art is getting good response. He's been rapping up to a certain level. He's been putting out music up to a certain level. And word of mouth, I always say, once an album drops, word of mouth either helps the projections go up or it's going to help the projections go down. In Offset's case, it clearly helped the projections go up. So I'm going to give him credit for actually dropping a pretty good album. Somebody said Twitch streamers about to start selling out arenas. Yeah, honestly, truth be told, you know what would be like really dope? I think I passed that idea off to like Kai before. Like, Kai and like, say Kai and Aiden, or Kai and